All right, hello, and welcome to the Cinephilia podcast. I'm here with some other people. Please say your names.
All right, I'm Chris. I like movies and stuff. All right.
I'm AJ.
All right, there we go.
All right, nice. So, we all like film, and we've been watching movies for a while now. And we thought it'd be a good idea to start a podcast and talk about movies and stuff.
And we'll talk
all of
about
our
topics.
Yeah. All of our social media links, including our letterboxes, are in the description.
Now, if you don't know what
So if you want-
Letterboxd is, it's basically the coolest social media platform out there for anybody who likes movies.
Exactly. It's I personally use it every day. I don't know about
I as well.
You gentlemen.
Yeah.
It's a very good podcast. All right. That's a pretty good website.
Yeah, it's a very good website. Okay. So what topic would you like to talk about first?
So, on to our first topic, which is
the Oscars shortlist. Of nominations for makeup, hairstyling, music, and
Mostly just the technical stuff, right?
Yeah,
so
and
let's just start reading some of the
visual effects. So those three: makeup, hairstyling, music, and visual effects.
Nice.
So I guess we could talk about the makeup and hairstyling first. So the nominations, or the shortlist, is Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, Border, I have never heard of that, Mary Queen of Scots, Stan and Ollie, Suspiria, and Vice. So,
Interesting.
go ahead and give your opinions on that. I guess we could start with Black Panther. What do you think of Black Panther being nominated for that?
Wait, what is it being nominated
Makeup and hairstyling.
It's being nominated for everything.
I mean, I personally
I think that's fair.
Makeup
It's one
and
of the fair.
Yeah,
things
it's
actually
fine.
Nominated for.
I wouldn't say it was like
it's not.
stand-out, but
It's not a standout, but I'm really surprised to not see The Favorite, which we'll come back to later on here, because that movie is severely
yes.
makeup and hairstyling. But and the next one is Bohemian Rhapsody. So
I don't remember anything outstanding that would.
the teeth,
yeah.
Freddie Mercury's teeth.
Oh wow, dude, great.
Some teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing else.
There wasn't really. I don't think it really should
Be nominated,
for
no.
anything in particular.
Yeah. I don't know anything about Border, so I guess we can talk about Mary Queen of Scots a little bit. Yeah, look it up.
Border.
But so Mary Queen of Scots, I like to call Oscar bait.
Have you seen this
I have.
film?
I have not. But the trailers look severely
I haven't even seen the trailer
underwhelming.
for it, to be honest.
Looks garbage. No offense to those people that worked on that movie, but they'll never hear this podcast anyway. So.
All right. Nice.
But it's a little bit like The Favorite. It's during that the time of lots of makeup. So. I mean, it kind of makes sense. And then Stan and Ollie is a biopic of a comedy duo. And John C. Reilly went through a serious transformation, wearing a fat suit and lots of makeup the entire time. So I can see why that was nominated. Also Vice, with Christian Bale doing that. So
That's probably the most deserved of being in that category.
probably.
Yeah.
There's also Suspiria, but I know nothing about any of the makeup or hairstyling there. So
Are you guys planning on seeing Vice?
I am,
Yeah.
because I love Christian Bale.
Nice.
All right, so I guess we could talk about the music for original score now. We'll just go down the list. So the first one is Annihilation. I personally was a really big fan of that score.
I really like the score.
It's very, very good.
Especially the score near the end.
Yes, the whole alien scene is one of the greatest things ever.
You can do a pretty good reenactment of
Yeah,
the
I can.
score.
All right, so here it is. It goes, wah, wah, wah. It's very, very cool. And the next one is Avengers: Infinity War, which was the first Marvel movie that I actually remembered the score of.
Yeah, they did make use. The score was always there, but they started to make use of it more in the film. They use the Avengers theme more often.
And the Captain America theme.
Yeah, I don't
remember the Iron Man theme.
It's really been happening more recently in the MCU.
I don't really know about like any
Yeah,
original scores made for that film in particular, though.
Yeah. Well, I know the
original.
Thanos theme and the ending or Endgame also the title of the next film.
I can't remember anything from the score.
The next one is The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, which you all know how I feel about that score. It is in my favorite playlist on Spotify. It is one of the greatest scores. I absolutely love every single song on there. So, what are your guys' opinion?
I mean, I mean, there's only songs in the first.
Well, no, one, it's right? It's for the original score and just the soundtrack as a whole. Which is like
I can't remember.
I can't remember the soundtrack. I remember the songs.
It's very it's very old western. It feels like it comes out of like an old Clint Eastwood movie, but yeah. And then the next one is Black Panther, which I mean, it's a decent score.
Yeah, Marvel tried something different with the score, but
it was still not.
Honestly, there was some Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar was really good.
In terms of like terms of the original like soundtrack for the movie, then
there's nothing.
It was
special.
Interesting hearing like drums and stuff, but.
Like hearing music in a Marvel movie, it was very interesting to hear that. But
well, yeah, it was like a tribal feel, but honestly,
I just don't know if it was good enough. And then
wasn't very
next was Black Klansman, which they really only had one theme that entire movie.
I did not see Black Klansman.
Yeah, the entire there's really only one theme and they use it like a lot.
A lot of these don't have exceptional.
Yeah, I don't remember the score. Yeah, and then there's Crazy Rich Asians, which I don't even want to talk about it. So.
We'll skip that one.
Yeah, so we'll go over to Death of Stalin. I don't remember the score.
I don't, but I think that should get some recognition
for
something.
Academy. Yeah,
for anything really.
It doesn't look like it's going to get nominated for much else besides this. So if it does get nominated, I really hope it wins because I absolutely adore that movie. The next one is Fantastic Beasts, which Brice and I skipped.
Seen it.
Yeah,
I saw it. It's garbage.
Okay,
and
good to know.
I can't remember the score.
It went dun, 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 dun,
I think they used the theme.
They used the Harry Potter theme. That's good to know.
That's not original.
But it's not original from them.
And then the next one is First Man, directed by Damien Chazelle. I was a big fan of the score when it came out, but I don't remember that much. Yeah, I just remember it being very like. I wouldn't say like Hans Zimmer like, but it definitely felt like it was inspired by Interstellar a little bit.
My dog is currently like running around.
Yeah. The next one is If Beale Street Could Talk, but I haven't been able to see it yet. I have listened to the score. Yeah, I have listened to the score on Spotify, and it's very intricate, quite nice, very delicate score. But and the next one is Isle of Dogs, which should be nominated.
Oh yes,
that was a great score.
Totally forgot about that.
And then there's Mary Poppins. I haven't seen it. Yeah, Quiet Place, which all right. It's just I don't remember the score. Yeah, I don't remember the soundtrack. Then there's Ready Player One, which I don't know why they're even considering it because the score was awful. But that's the Academy for you. Then there's Vice, so I can't really comment on that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then the one for visual effects, the films nominated for that are the shortlist is Ant-Man and the Wasp, Avengers: Infinity War, Black Panther, Christopher Robin, First Man, Jurassic World, Mary Poppins, Ready Player One, Solo, and Welcome to Marwen. So Annihilation really got snubbed by the Oscars, because that's some of the best visual effects. Yeah.
Visual effects. First of all, I don't know why Black Panther
is on there at all.
Anyone can see
some of the worst special effects in a modern film.
Let's just say
Spider-Man 3
has
tier.
Yeah. Like. I remember the first X-Men movie, and they used one of the same camera movements in the animation as that movie, and it was funny because that one was like hated when it was first out. That like one scene, it was just awful. Him just like swinging around the Statue of Liberty. It looked so stupid. And then they did it again. And I was like, why? Black Panther should not be even considered for visual effects because it looks like they gave it to some college graduates that have a MacBook, and that's...
It was made by the same company that did Infinity War.
How?
Which is like weird.
Yeah, because Infinity War
probably just ran out of time.
I don't know
that's
why.
Usually
that's true. Yeah, because Infinity War looked very polished.
Yeah. Infinity War is the only one I feel should at least get nominated.
Out of the Marvel
work
movies.
on Thanos was really good.
Yeah. Like Ant-Man and the Wasp looked
there's
like Black
nothing-
Panther.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. I know they
Ant-Man and
de-aged.
the Wasp.
The DH stuff was good, but like everything else
I mean,
didn't look very.
it was
appealing.
fine. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Nothing
Oh well, that one shot of Lawrence. There's one shot in particular of Lawrence Fishburne's de-aging.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it looks
didn't look too
so
good.
bad. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it. I haven't seen Christopher Robin, but AJ has.
What did you
I've seen
think?
that.
What did you
What'd
think,
you think
of the
of the
special
visual
effects?
The special effects are fine.
Okay.
So I suppose out of
Is
everything that's nominated,
Is it worthy enough to win? That is the
there's
question.
not that many special effects in the first place.
Oh, okay.
That's
All
all the.
bunch of like stuffed animals.
Oh, well.
Isn't all the Winnie the Pooh characters?
Yeah.
walking around,
Okay,
so-
but it
But I
just looks like
suppose-
a
yes.
stuffed animal.
It's not
Okay.
terrible, so I suppose it deserves its
Alright.
nomination.
I think the definite standout of these, the only one that I think should deserve to win is First Man.
Yeah,
That's the next one.
gotta
That
use it sparingly.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
moon was.
the moon looked
Looked
magnificent.
amazing.
All of the flight scenes looked great. It was a lot of practical though, so
That's true.
it
I have a
with
feeling
lots of
Infinity
touch-ups.
War might take this one.
yeah, maybe. I
I
would
sure
definitely
hope
like
not.
First Man too, though, because that movie is probably not going to get much recognition just because it's not as special as like La La Land or Whiplash was.
And probably because of the controversy.
Oh,
of
yeah,
the
the-
American flag.
Oh yeah.
What is the controversy?
So a bunch of people like boycotted the movie because they didn't show.
They said there was a lack of patriotism.
Yeah, lack of patriotism. They
Oh.
didn't show them actively putting the American flag on the moon, but really, who cares?
It's not what the movie was about.
Yeah, it's about Neil, and it's also like
yeah, that's a weird thing.
when you think
to
about the
get
moon
for.
landing. Sure, the Americans did it, but shouldn't that be considered as like a global achievement? Like, it's like
Yeah, it's
that's
more like a
I mean,
human-
he didn't say one small step.
For
I think he did.
Americans.
For Americans, one
Oh,
giant
oh.
leap for the United States.
Yeah, it should
One small
represent
step
all
for man,
mankind.
one giant leap for mankind. So yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
All right, the next one was Jurassic World, which, despite
I didn't
its
see it.
obvious flaws and garbage plot and horrible characters and screenwriting, I did really enjoy the visual effects.
Yeah, I'm sure they're fine.
They went back to more of a traditional Jurassic Park, where it was like not super sparingly. Like the third act is all like a lot of CG, but they did use a lot of practical, which I did enjoy. And J.A. Banya, the director, knows how to use VFX quite sparingly, considering he made a Monster Calls, which I don't know if you guys have seen, but that one was really well done with the visual effects.
Hmm.
And then Mary Poppins, which you haven't seen.
A lot of these movies don't have their releases yet.
Yeah, and then Ready Player One. I don't know why they're considering that, because the VFX. I mean, it's a video game world, but it's also some of the laziest VFX work I've seen. Lots of camera trickery. That's like basically what they did. Like a lot of movement just to make sure that you're not focusing on the VFX. I guess that's kind of why it got nominated. Maybe.
I can't really remember much about
Yeah,
it.
except for like the final battle. But even the final battle just kind of looks cheap. It
Mhm.
looks really, really cheap. And then there's Solo. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just like,
I suppose.
yeah, it's
that's
just like,
fine
yeah,
when
it's
nominated.
fine. Then Welcome to Marwen, which I haven't seen, but yeah. So that was the Oscar short list.
all right.
Is there anything else from like the past month that's worthy of talking about, like
Avengers.
Avengers trailer or Captain Marvel?
Oh, okay. I guess we could talk about the Captain Marvel trailer.
Yeah. What did you guys think of the recent Marvel trailers? Endgame.
The
and
recent ones? Okay.
Captain Marvel.
I'll let AJ take the reins on. Let's talk about the Captain Marvel trailer first.
Captain Marvel trailer. Oof. That was rough.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was
Wait,
rough.
I guess we could talk about both of them. Both of the
Yeah,
trailers.
Well, yeah. Let's talk about both.
Captain Marvel
Let's
came out
start,
first,
Let's start
so-
Captain Marvel.
No. Both Captain Marvel trailers.
Oh.
Oh well, no. Let's talk about the recent one. That one
Okay.
came out like months ago.
Yeah, that's true. It's old news, but yeah, the trailer did not heighten my expectations at all. It looks
It is.
Yeah, it just looks bland.
It looks bland and
Oh.
tasteless. It
It's-
just
lowering Marvel's trailer standards.
Yeah,
Marvel's been
severely.
pretty good with
Yeah.
trailers.
like
That's why I wasn't
It's, like,
expecting them
weird.
to release such a.
yeah, the
awful
only
trailer.
bad trailers that I can remember are like the Spider-Man Homecoming trailers.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, they
mostly
gave
due to Sony.
I remember
Yeah,
that giveaway.
and yeah, that was Sony. But now,
But Captain Marvel didn't really give away the plot.
Yeah,
No,
it's just
it
a
didn't
bad.
show anything exciting, and
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
showed some really lackluster CGI.
and some pretty bland characters.
Performances.
Yeah, based on
None
the
of the
trailer.
humor was very
like,
good either.
I usually don't base a movie off its trailer, but Brie Larson just looks like she doesn't fit. Like Captain Marvel is a very charismatic character.
Are you sexist?
Well, no,
Okay.
because I don't know, she just doesn't seem like the right fit for Captain
Yeah.
I mean,
Marvel.
do you even
Well-
know the Captain Marvel character very well?
I've read a few of the comics, and from what I've seen, she's pretty.
Apparently, she's supposed to be a very conflicted.
Yeah, she is very conflicted, but she has
Character.
especially. Well, I guess it's supposed to the new Marvel comics, like Civil War 2.
In the context of the movie, she's supposed to be very confused.
But it doesn't. She doesn't look confused. She just looks like blank. Doesn't look like she's trying.
Well,
to
I'm not really trying to
portray-
defend it. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
give it some context.
Yeah, like if you're trying to portray conflict of the psychological basis, like you think of the Taxi Drivers or something like that. Like you think of Travis Bickle, it shows through Robert De Niro's performance. Whereas this, it just looks like she has a blank face the entire time. Like she's not confused, but she's like, I don't know. It just feels like a very straight line. There's nothing like peaking or dropping. But
Well,
yeah, it
we'll
just
see.
looks. Yeah, hopefully
It's only a trailer.
yeah, it's only a trailer. Hopefully it's okay. If it fails, that would be really funny. But
I doubt it.
yeah, I doubt it's going
financially.
No Marvel movie's ever gonna fail financially.
I think critically, if it's a critical
Maybe.
bomb, that would be
Even the worst Marvel movies they'll have
very pretty
At
positive.
least 70.
Yeah, the
Thor
lowest
2
one
has
is a
70.
60, 68 or something. But yeah, all right. And then I guess we talk about Avengers Endgame. What did you think, Bryce? Because you were super hyped for this movie.
Why are you singling him out?
Because he was excited. He was excited.
Yeah, I think I enjoy Marvel a little bit more.
A lot
I
more.
won't say a lot.
I would.
Not anymore. A few years ago.
Yeah. Okay. So, what did you think of the Endgame trailer?
It was better than the Captain Marvel trailer. I'm more
Anything is better
but,
than the Captain.
I
Marvel
think it might.
trailer.
Okay. I think it just might be because I kind of want to know what happens next because of the Avengers 3, but it wasn't as good as the original
Infinity War trailer.
Infinity War trailer.
Yeah.
That one was
Just-
amazing.
Very underwhelming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Marvel is trying to hide a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
They can't show much, so I don't blame them for that.
Yeah.
But I do blame
there's
them
probably
for
a
not
lot of
showing
they
anything.
didn't really show any Thanos, so probably the CGI
Yeah, it's
probably
not
still needs to
finished,
work.
but-
And
All right.
yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, I'll give my 2 cents.
It was
I
alright.
thought the trailer was really, really either mediocre to more bad. It didn't excite me at all. Considering after Infinity War, I was like, I can't wait to see what they do with this. But with that trailer, it was just it felt very basic. It was like, okay, we're gonna open up with. It just felt like here's one of your favorite characters. Here's one of your favorite characters. Here's some bland narration about vaguely what's going on in the world right now. It didn't feel exciting, or it just it's like one of those. It's just mediocre trailer. It's not very good. I don't know. A lot of people disagree with my thoughts on it, but what do you think, AJ?
No, I pretty much have the same thoughts as you.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
can't really
Alright.
argue with
Just a teaser.
Marvel fans.
Yeah, just look at my Marvel subreddit history. Yeah, lots of karma lost on Reddit. So, okay, I guess we could talk about the movies that we saw today.
Yeah, so today we all saw Aquaman, directed by James Wan, as well as The Favorite, directed by
Yorgos Lanthimos.
Yorgos Lanthimos.
Okay, so
So,
I guess we'll start.
shall we start with
some
Aquaman?
general thoughts on
And
Aquaman?
we have abstained from sharing.
any thoughts?
Yeah,
main
we're kind of letting it
thoughts about the
digest, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll do spoiler free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a
Five,
few
so
minutes.
we'll go 5 minutes each.
Okay.
And then so we'll start with AJ.
To be that formal.
We'll start with AJ.
All right. So spoiler free. What did you think of James Wan?
Vaguely.
Aquaman?
What did you think
By
of
James
DC.
Wan's Aquaman.
By DC.
My God. I don't know how to express my feelings. It's such a bizarre film. I don't know where to start.
Spoiler free.
I have been. I know. Okay. I guess my main thought is that very bad, very awful.
What did
and it's
one particular?
And it's filmmaking at least.
Yeah.
I should probably have written down some thoughts.
Yeah. Okay, Christian.
Okay, all right.
Christian,
so
what
I have a little bit to say.
Oh,
I have been a lifelong DC fan.
This is true.
I love Batman. I love Superman. I love the Flash. I love Green Lantern. Mr. Miracle, my boy, who never gets recognition.
Who?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
So, when Man of Steel first came out, I really enjoyed Man of Steel, and I have lost a lot of respect for it over the years. And then Batman v Superman, the same story. Suicide Squad, the same story. And then Justice League, the same story. So now I'm in my, mature thoughts on the DC universe. And I saw this movie, and I instantly, there is nothing that I liked.
Wow.
It was...
Okay, can you be more specific?
Okay, so, I mean, I really...
Just give a general review.
So my general review would be, I've waited a long time for a good DC movie, and since Dark Knight Rises, and I am yet to receive it. Jason Momoa's performance was mediocre at best. All of the performances actually pretty mediocre at best, and it felt too jumbled, I guess would be the word. James Wan tried to make too much sense of what is going on in the world, and that breeded a lot of exposition from characters for no reason. And there's also just some technical things. I'm like, that was awful. Oh my god. The first act is it's okay. It's not the best, but the first 10 minutes are awful. But after that, it's like I don't know where this is going, and then it's just some stuff happens. I'm like, oh, okay, and then they're there in Atlantis, and then it's like, oh, and then the movie keeps going, and then it ended, and I was like, that was awful. Yeah, it was like, I don't know. I was entertained, and I still hated it.
What would you rate it out of 10?
I would probably it's between a 3 and a 4 out of 10. Because like the technical aspects are okay for the most part, direction wise. I don't get
to salvage what he could.
Yeah, he tried to salvage what he could.
What he was given.
Even though he wrote the story.
I'm saying actor
wise, yeah, he did not receive the best act. I mean, Jason Momoa,
because a lot of the people were already cast from the previous universe.
Yeah, I don't know. Jason Momoa just seems way too over the top.
AJ, what would you rate it out of? What are you thinking?
I'm so.
Or you're just conflicted?
Baffled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's not a single instance of well-written dialogue in the entire film.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Wow. Okay,
and
so...
even some great actors give bad performances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my boy Willem Dafoe.
I feel so bad.
I give you an R.I.P.
At least he got some money.
Yeah. At least he got some money. I mean, even Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman has been in like some great movies, and then she chose this.
This movie holds some of the worst acting I think I've ever seen in a blockbuster.
Yeah, it also like even the action set pieces are really wonky. They're different and they're dumb. It's like I don't know if it was intentionally cheesy, but it's
obviously
so cheesy. It's like they tried to play it off as a comic book, but I recently saw Into the Spider-Verse, and that did a way better job with the cheese of a comic book. It just felt like Juan was out of his element.
I don't know. There wasn't any studio interference from any reports. It seems like this is what he made.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that he's going to take full responsibility if it fails, because that's what a director should do. if the script's bad, you didn't work with the screenwriter well enough. If the actors aren't good, you didn't work with them well enough. So I'm glad he's not taking the Zack Snyder route of just like going into complete blackness and leading fans along for no reason. So yeah. All
right, so like some of my general thoughts. I mean, yeah, pretty much a lot of things that you guys said, but the CGI was this was such a CGI heavy movie.
Yeah,
but, so a lot of it was completely necessary.
Yeah, that's true.
But that does not mean that it looked.
It looked bad. Like a lot of trailers and a lot of reviewers' early reactions were saying it was like visually stunning.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow, it looks so good.
Yeah,
and the underwater scenes have this like glossy layer of like CGI over everything.
But like I kind of see what they were going for there. Like they have like this layer of it's like a water filter. Like
they were trying to make it like underwater, but
it just didn't work. It really didn't work.
And
like the hair, the animated hair, it looks awful.
This movie was just so like dumb. There's so many dumb parts.
Word
it was so dumb. It was one of the dumbest movies I've seen in like a very long time.
Yeah, it felt like A Quiet Place. Like A Quiet Place is A Quiet Place is really dumb. It's dumb.
It's not this.
It's not this dumb. But it's pretty dumb.
I think I'm not really sure what I would rank it among the other DC films, but I like it. At least it wasn't trying to be like BVS and Man of Steel, where it was like pretending to be smart.
Yeah.
Smart or serious.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't pretending to be.
This movie knew it was stupid, and
it knew what it was.
Yeah.
So
but that doesn't make
committed for that, but just because it was self-aware doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it was really, really, really god awful.
I don't even know how self-aware, because even some of the dramatic parts were bad.
Yeah,
I don't know how self-aware it really was.
Like, and also all the reveals are so. It feels like a soap opera almost. It's like the camera pans away, and it also is like tonally all over the place. It goes from an action movie to like a adventure to a rom-com.
Yeah, when they go on the island place,
like
and
what?
It's like they're playing all this like hokey jokey music.
Yeah, like what?
What was that?
It's edited like a sitcom.
Okay, let's wrap it up. Let's go into like spoilers.
Okay,
but let me just.
Well, yeah. What would you rate it?
Probably a 3 or a 4.
Okay, well,
out of 10.
Why don't?
I have some more general notes if you want to skim over it.
Skim over them quick.
Okay, so this is what I wrote. Everything is so dumb. They try so hard to make Aquaman cool.
Yeah, they really do. It's like it really just feels like he hangs out with bikers. And
Aquaman is constantly like posing and like going in slow motion. Like there's a scene early on where he enters the boat and he meets a bunch of guys. He comes through like a smoke and it's like slow motion and it plays a guitar riff.
It looks like it was shot at 24 FPS and then they tried to add in for it looked so awful.
It had some weird FPS thing when they did that.
Okay. I know exactly where I would put it amongst the other DC movies.
Where would you put it?
I would put it right under Wonder Woman, but it's still better than BVS, Justice League, and Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Because at least Wonder Woman felt more competent.
Yeah, it was a lot. Wonder Woman was a lot more.
That's a weird
focused
thing to say.
Yeah, that's really
Wonder
weird.
Woman is more competent than your movie.
Yeah, like oh gosh.
Well, sorry. Right? Humor fails.
Yeah, humor's awful.
None of the on-purpose humor is funny.
Yeah, it's all unintentional, is what I laughed at.
Yeah.
We'll go into that during the spoilers, but yeah. Okay. So is everybody done with like their general...
90% of the conversations or dialogue is just exposition. Or talking about some ocean master.
Yeah.
Trident, philosophy, like whatever.
Yeah, it's all like philosophy of
very
Atlantis.
few. There's actually like I started noticing that like very few actual conversations between characters
exist
that were just regular conversations and weren't trying to explain something.
Yeah,
to the audience.
I think.
There was no natural growth.
There was no just regular conversations. Like when
did any of the characters grow? Actually,
no. Aquaman's the same the entire. All right, let's go into spoilers. We're kind of like rambling here. But,
okay.
All right. So spoiler time. If you have not watched Aquaman,
don't listen to this.
Don't listen. I mean, I don't really know what there's.
Unless
spoil.
unless you don't care, then go ahead and listen to our rambling.
There's not really anything to spoil. Okay. But all right.
So we'll go down the technical aspects. All right, we'll start with performances.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start with Jason Momoa, our lead man.
He's fine.
That's pretty much how he is, just all the time.
Yeah. But
Justice League, he's the same character as he was in Justice League.
Yeah, but like this one, it just felt like it wasn't as bad as Justice League, where it's like he's constantly like all right or like booyah, like he's not constantly saying something stupid in this movie, but he is at the same time because all of his dialogue is exposition. It's like the Atlanteans killed my mother.
There's a lot. The first 10 minutes before the title card was completely pointless.
Yeah,
they didn't need to show any of that.
Yeah. That's just bad direction. That's really.
They could have just cut to him already being Aquaman and then just have a throwaway line like, "Yeah, my mother was from the ocean."
I think that would be worse.
Really?
Yeah, I think that would be a lot worse. But
it's like they had not only they showed it, but they also had narration and.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't think the narration was needed during that scene.
Yeah,
but he wanted to have it like the ending is in the beginning because he ended the movie with the same narration. Yeah. But like, the opening is weird to me. Because it opens up in the middle of like a thunderstorm.
Yeah, it's like in the middle of a scene.
Yeah,
it all happens so fast.
Yeah, and he like the movie starts, and within 10 seconds, my boy Jango Fett already finds the love of his life. Who he was. Yeah, that's why I said he's a simple man trying to make his way in the universe a lot, but. Yeah, like so it starts like this window is banging against the wall and he tries to tie it down. He looks to his left and boom, there's Atlanta right there. Yeah. She's already in the movie. 10 seconds in, we're already introduced to Aquaman's mom and dad. And then 5 seconds later, they have a baby. And then the Atlantans
we just kind of get this a quick montage of their whole life.
Yeah, and then the Atlantans come to pick up Atlanta.
Yeah.
All in the
and
first
they just
5 minutes.
They don't really have any kind of development together. It's just
it's all told
they just talk about like how the baby is gonna be in danger if I stay here. Yeah. Or like
she just says like very vague, like unconvincing garbage. And then it just the transitions bothered me so much in this movie.
People are praising those transitions.
Yeah, like the it's like they tried they tried to be creative, but it just didn't.
He was trying to add some style to the unfortunate speed.
Yeah,
of the script.
Yeah,
like because
it's a very fast pace.
Yeah, like Atlanta jumps into the water, then it pans down into the water, then we're in an aquarium, and that happens so many times. Yeah. They'll go into
sometimes
the water.
Sometimes it worked better. Than other times.
Like, and then sometimes it was just like confusing. Like,
for
really
example,
confusing.
When it would switch between Volko and Mira when they were panning around the cliff.
That was so stupid. That was just exposition because they were talking about their first meeting, and then it pans around. It's like, okay, let's give you more exposition. Let's pan back. Yeah, it was awful. Oh my god!
But can we please talk about teenage
Arthur?
That is some of the worst acting I've ever seen.
Awful. That might be the worst acting I've seen besides like The Room or something.
That was room level acting.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was it.
That was really, really bad.
This movie is like a parody of an action.
Yeah, it actually like all of the stuff that they did. I like thought to myself in the theater. I was like, this is the stuff that you do as a parody. You don't do this in your movie. This is the stuff that like Mel Brooks would make fun of. Like it's so oh my god, it's such a dumb movie.
It's really dumb. Back
to performances. What did you think of Amber Heard as Mara?
I don't know. I mean, she's not a great actress in the first place.
Yeah.
I guess she's fine.
Yeah, she was fine for most. Like there
was fine.
There was nothing like
no
bad.
One stand out.
Yeah, well, except for like near the end when everything started collapsing on itself. Like Patrick Wilson even gave like a pretty mediocre performance.
The movie's like really fast paced, so it still feels really long.
Yeah, like I kept checking my watch. I was just like, can this be over?
It doesn't need to be
dude, there's so much action.
Yeah, it literally this like it reminded me so much of like Iron Man 2, where it's like the dialogue scenes are just there to further to the action scene.
Yeah,
it's like we need more action. We need more Aquaman punching people. We need more crabs versus sharks. And
the final battle is so awful.
It's just like
a huge, massive like fish and giant lasers flying everywhere. Like, they just clash. Yeah, it's like you don't care about anything that's going on.
And then out of nowhere, the what's it called? What are the people? The deep people.
The trench?
The trench just come out of nowhere. And it's just like, what?
Yeah, it's just like I'm just watching this boat scene and then something that happens.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about during the final battle.
Oh.
Like, they literally just come flying out. And they're like, he controls the trench. He's the true king of Atlantis. It's like, what? You're just going to accept your king because he has a freaking trident, dude? Are you serious? Like,
yeah. I started just like zoning out near the last 30 minutes.
It's like mind numbing.
I was just like staring at the screen like
and then laughing. I was just laughing.
And the plot's extremely basic and
it's like okay,
it's a video game.
It actually it was like
it was like side quests that take up like 30 minutes or like like at least like 15 minutes
and
of
then
the film.
It felt like Black Panther a lot.
Like like the plot.
Yeah, the plot feels
very Black Panther-esque.
Yeah, but like it just feels I don't know. Like I'm not a big fan of Black Panther, but honestly, they did it better.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, this is so much.
It was more effective.
Yeah. But I don't know. Okay, so I guess we move on to direction. What did you think of the direction, Brice?
There was some neat one take scenes.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, but it was literally like one fight.
Yeah,
it was really showcased.
Yeah, the first fight scene has some of the worst direction I've seen for a fight scene in a long time. Because it was like the Mera versus the Atlanteans. Yeah, I mean not Mera, Atlanta. Like that? No, I didn't. I turned to AJ. I was like, the camera moves too much. It really moves too much. It's like he's trying to add.
Yeah, I remember.
Because the choreography isn't good. It's not good choreography, and they tried to mask it with rapid camera movement. It's not like, Avengers Infinity War where it's like shaking or something like that. Or like Civil War, sorry. Where it's just shaking to try and hide it. Mm-hmm. This one, it's like, it's still cam, but it's panning around and it's jumping up over the people and it's coming back down. It's flipping around. And like, especially in the water scenes. The water scenes are worse because you'll be fighting and then it'll pan around to the next person and then it'll cut over to them. Then it'll cut under and then it'll like spin around them and it'll like turn upside down and film it going up. It's just, it's too much movement. It hurt my head. I was getting nauseous. I almost puked in the theater. And it's James Wan's fault.
It was giving me a headache.
Some super bizarre editing choices.
Oh my god, the editing is so awful.
Some weird zooms and FPS.
Yeah, like none of the zooms.
A ton of slow-mo. That's just...
Alright. Yeah, there's way too much slow-mo. Like, and the final battle scene between Orm and Aquaman looks like it came out of Injustice. Like they do like it's like
underwater. It just doesn't look.
No, not the underwater. When they get on top of the boat at the end of it, and they face off with each other, and then they go into like the freeze frame from Injustice. They're like,
there's something weird about like the lighting. There's something weird about the lighting during the lighthouse scenes.
Yeah,
and like the very last scene where
Atlanta runs up
to Jango Fett, and they jump in each other's arms in slow motion. Like the worst thing ever.
That was dumb.
The background looks really fake.
Yeah, all the background
pretty much. When they're on land, it just looks fake.
It looks weird.
What's funny is the Atlantis looks more realistic than the
it's like CGI light. I don't know what they did.
Yeah,
but,
it looked really weird.
What did you guys think of the villain or villains? I should say.
Okay. Patrick Wilson, he did his best with what he was given, I guess. He felt menacing enough to where I wasn't like angry about the villain being bad. Like it wasn't like Iron Man 2 with like Whiplash. He didn't feel like just a joke. He felt like he could do damage to him.
Yeah.
Except for in the third act. In the third act, he just like turns into an idiot. He just makes like really dumb decisions all the time. But yeah, he did fine.
He's constantly yelling for no reason.
Well, yeah, it was like DC has this really big problem with villains yelling. Zod, for example, is like, "I will fight him" all the time, and he's just yelling. Like they constantly yell. It's really annoying. It's getting on my nerves because like good villains yell. There are times when they yell, but you think of like the best. Like look at the Darth Vaders. When does Darth Vader really yell?
Yeah, it's just stupid.
Yeah, it's really dumb. He was like,
What did you think of the other guy, Black Manta.
Oh God.
Arguably.
What did you think of his costume?
Black Panther's Black Manta's costume.
What did you think of the costumes in the movie as general? Because I thought that was a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
Some are hit and miss.
Yeah, they're very hit or miss.
Yeah. Some of them look like the army trooper things.
Yeah, they
look like
action figures.
Power Rangers.
Yeah, they don't look very good.
Yeah.
But specifically because you asked for Black Manta.
Yeah,
he looks like a tin can. It doesn't. He
looks completely CGI most of the time.
Yeah, he doesn't
looks too glossy.
Yeah, he doesn't look he doesn't look like I could touch him. He doesn't look tangible. It just doesn't look right.
A lot of the time, it's the same problem with Aquaman's main costume.
Which one?
The end battle.
Oh yeah, because they had
really look like it's there most of the time.
Yeah, they had a real costume on set.
Yeah, he's using a real costume.
The costume in the final battle is like half CG, half real.
Did you guys notice how like Aquaman is just like in his sweats and like a t-shirt for a large portion of the movie?
Yes, and it's annoying. It looks really stupid. But
what happened to his Justice League armor?
Yeah, what did he do with that?
Why didn't he wear?
Oh yeah,
because he had the trident.
We were talking about there's like no continuity between the Justice League, right?
Yeah,
I don't really have a huge issue with that.
Yeah, I don't have.
It was weird.
Like they talk about Steppenwolf.
There was a movie where they met, and then they're meeting for the first time in this movie.
Yeah, but then they referenced Steppenwolf, and they fought Steppenwolf together in Atlantis.
Yeah,
but he's never been to Atlantis before.
But they had like him and Mira meeting each other for the first time.
Yeah, it was like it just felt weird. League. It was definitely really weird.
So,
and there's no reference to Justice League besides that. Like, there's no aftermath of. Well, then again, they only attacked a small oil facility in Russia, so it kind of
huge threat.
Yeah, wasn't yeah. Steppenwolf, for all that he wasn't a huge threat. He didn't do much to hurt. He hurt the Themyscirans and he hurt some Russian people. That's it. But back to Aquaman. The costume design was okay. It was
I like some of them.
Yeah, very hit or miss. Very, very hit or miss.
What did you guys think of like the world and
the world in itself?
The way it looked.
The way Atlantis looked.
Yeah,
it was definitely pretty. But it
didn't feel real.
Yeah, it felt like Black Panther in a bit. Like it's just like
what?
You show us these amazing landscapes, but we only get to spend.
I'm just wondering, like where does like the Atlanteans live? Like
yeah.
All there is are these like. I didn't really see him building.
Yeah, you don't see like houses.
I don't know where.
All you see is the throne, and then like this.
Like I don't know what Atlantis really looks like. There's so many different ocean places.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of Black Panther in that way, because like in Black Panther you get like these helicopter shots and like panning over the city, and you do the same thing with Atlantis. Like you see Aquaman in awe of Atlantis, and then we like see 3 actual sets from Atlantis. We see the Ring of Fire, seeing the throne, and then we see the safe house. That's it. And then the rest of it is just you have cannons, and then you have a bridge.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel good. What did you think of the cinematography? Well, they're really like you can't really talk about the color grading because it's all animated, so all those colors are thrown in afterwards.
Yeah.
But like out of water, what did you think of the cinematography?
Out of water. Basic.
Yeah,
pretty bland.
Very
kind of felt like a TV show.
Yeah, it felt like the CW a lot.
Yeah, there's this weird point where they go on the island,
Italian. They go to Sicily. Island, yeah. They go to Sicily. Yeah.
And like the whole tone and feel of the movie changes.
Yeah.
So, like
sitcom, rom-com.
They like play with the fountain, and then the girl. Wait, why did the little girl give her a Pinocchio?
Yeah, that makes no sense.
It was only so that they could have a joke about her. Because remember they did the Pinocchio thing.
But I was like,
but then you could have also just referenced Jonah, like it would have made just about as much as sense. Like she could have handed her a Bible. It's been like, hey.
Why was she handing her anything?
Yeah, like it's like
it's like she made the water thing.
Yeah, why would you? Yeah, why would you
hand her a book of Pinocchio?
Why would you hand her?
It didn't make any sense.
Like, why not hand her have a candy or something like there was a food cart. Why didn't you just give her an apple? Something like that.
I don't know. It was
nothing makes any.
It was
sense.
Really dumb.
And they play the stupid song. What do you guys think of the Pitbull
Africa by Toto remix?
I mean, it's been talked to death, but it's
they walk out of the ocean.
That whole scene.
And it fades. It like
God, so bad. Yeah, that was really awful.
It's like, what am I watching? What am I watching right now?
Yeah,
I didn't take anything seriously.
Yeah, it all felt so stupid. It really just felt like pandering. It was like DC fans are gonna like this movie. There you go.
What did you like? Okay, so we got everything out that we disliked.
Yeah.
What did you say?
What did you like about the movie?
What did you enjoy?
We've talked about some things that we like the costume.
Yeah.
Some cool shots, especially during that trench.
The trench. Okay, the trench sequence. Can we all agree that that's the best part
of the movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's the best
brief
part.
it is.
That's when I was starting to zone out.
A minute long.
Yeah, because like that felt the most creative, I guess. Like the way that it feels like a horror movie, like a cheap horror movie.
Yeah, I did start.
Because he's a horror
when that started happening, I like remembered. Oh yeah, he's a horror director.
Yeah, but like I just kind of enjoyed that scene more because it just felt like it was like we finally got something revealed to us that felt cool. Like the fish people are glossed over. Like the king gets killed and then it's like they work with Orm now. Then we get the crab people for 5 minutes during the third act. Then the king almost dies, and then Orm fights Aquaman.
Yep.
The trench felt like a subtle reveal, and it was cool. That's about all. And then they go to the center of the earth. What the? Okay.
Yeah, what was that? It was like they go into like Jurassic World land.
Yeah, like you see raptors running around.
I don't know what that was. They go into like some weird dinosaur land, and it says like
the center of the
Atlantis, Earth's core.
Yeah.
It's like what?
And then
what?
his mom is there dressed as one of the trench.
How did his mom? So
she was sacrificed to the trench. Oh yeah, how did she find him? Yeah, well she was at the center. Wait a second.
No, she wasn't there already. She showed up.
Hold up.
She like followed them after. Or something.
Yeah, how did they get out? Because remember, Atlanta said that it won't let them get out.
I suppose when he got the trident, he was able to open the portal or whatever.
Oh God, it's so stupid. Okay, all right, back to things that we liked.
I pretty much mentioned it all.
I'm gonna say the only thing I liked, the trench. That's it. That's the only part of the movie I enjoyed.
There's some small thing. Well, not small.
As far as I liked,
I really liked the de-aging of Jango Fett. That looked great. His teeth, like the perfect teeth, and the really obvious.
Are you being sarcastic?
Very.
Okay.
Like
well,
that
looked awful.
It looked really, really bad. Yeah. Okay. What did you like, Brice? Nothing.
Yeah, the trench, I guess.
Some costumes.
Some of the costumes.
Yeah. Nice.
I liked how bad it was.
Me too. Okay, so we all gave our ratings about it.
Yeah, so about 3 out of 10.
3 or 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty bad.
All right, so we also saw to me, a cleansed palette movie.
Yeah, so right after Aquaman.
Deep contrast to Aquaman.
Very deep.
Yeah,
we went from a big budget IMAX superhero blockbuster to the back of the theater watching The Favorite with a bunch of 50-year-olds.
Yeah, literally the only people, there's like 6 other people in there?
Yeah, and then most of them were above 50, and then 2 of them were like a 20-year-old couple. And that was cool. But yeah, so general thoughts on The Favorite. General thoughts. Start with Brice.
I thought it was great.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, okay.
What did you think?
Me? Okay. I felt a lot of like Kubrick vibes from it.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of
Barry
Lyndon.
Yeah,
especially with the candle lighting and
and the
just the overall
very deep focuses
costumes.
And the very like the shallow depth of field around the close-ups of like blurring the background a lot.
There were some really cool shots.
The close-ups were really magnificent. I really liked all of the scenes where they just like particularly just focus on someone's face. All looked magnificent.
And it's such a like simple,
very simple concept,
very simple plot and concept, but it's just the way it's executed is
magnificent.
Much better.
Like it, yeah.
And Aquaman has this like huge grand storyline, and it's like it sucks so much.
But like this one,
silly.
Yeah, it's like this one is just there's a depressed queen who's always sick.
Yeah.
And then she has 2 servants, or like a lady and a servant.
Kind of competed.
Yeah,
they compete out for her favorite.
It's awful. Sorry, it's awesome. It's awesome. Sorry, awesome.
AJ, what did you think?
Yeah, what did you think?
That was probably one of the best movies of the year.
Yes.
Yeah,
definitely. It's definitely probably in my top 10. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm
everyone gave a great performance.
Yeah,
especially the Queen.
The Queen is my favorite performance.
Yeah,
in the
she
entire
gave an
movie.
amazing
and it is quite a vulgar movie, but the way they handle the vulgarness of it is very
it's very
natural.
It has a very unique
vibe. Yeah, that's Yorgos, and his directing and writing style is very unique.
Yeah,
especially
the humor is very
different. It's very different,
subtle, and
it's like nuance. It's very nuanced,
and it's like
a twinkle of the eye or a twitch of the nose, something like that. It's cool. It's very very different.
It's I think it's because everyone in their sort of kingdom tries to be really polite and stuff.
Yeah.
So when they do when there's this vulgar kind of
twist to it,
layer on it, it just makes it have a very, very
and they just they spout the vulgarity as if it's just normal to each other. like they're talking amongst friends. They'll just
drop the C word.
Yeah, they'll just drop the C word just talking to a girl, and they'll just play along with it. And I loved that. I absolutely loved that. Was really fun.
Was very unique.
There's really not much that I didn't like about it. And this might just be recency bias, but I think I might have liked it more than The Lobster.
Okay.
I haven't seen it yet.
I think I like it about equal with The Lobster. The Lobster was definitely a lot different than this movie. I definitely liked
similar
it.
In style.
Very well. The Yorgos all the way across from what I've seen is very similar, but this one definitely felt like a branch out because for once he wasn't dealing with his own script and he was making a period piece, which was weird. And I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so
very beautiful film.
Yeah, very.
The set
design, the costumes,
it's amazing.
Yeah, all of
music.
The music was magnificent. Oh my gosh,
some great scores. That should be on.
It's a shame it's not in consideration for a lot of these.
Some of the best
awards.
I think it's at this point, from what I've seen, it's definitely in the top 5 of cinematography of this year. The cinematography was brilliant. All the colors, all of the deep focuses, and the compositions, awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's probably it's up there with First Reformed, Roma, and Blind Spotting, with cinematography. But so those are very general thoughts.
Yeah.
I don't recommend looking up anything about this movie, or watch watch the trailer just to see if you like the feel of the comedy. But Walking in Blind is definitely fun because that was an experience. It was very fun. All right, AJ, what would you rate it?
I'd probably give it a solid 9 or 10 out of 10.
Okay. What about you, Brice?
Probably 9 or a 10. I think I'm leaning towards more of a 9.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm definitely solidified at a 9. I don't think it's a masterpiece, but I did think it was excellence. This is what film should be. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was very nice to see the different contrasts of Aquaman and
this is
might enhance the experience of the favorite.
It was very
so
artistically.
Finally,
you're sitting back
for 2.5
some actual
hours
something of
awful
substance.
Movie.
Yeah, it's
something I
that
can
you
think about.
Study. Yeah,
I wasn't thinking about anything watching Aquaman. My mind was completely empty.
So, oh wow.
God.
All right, so I guess we could go into spoilers for the favorite.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll talk about
it starts out with Emma Watson's character.
Emma Watson?
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone's character. She's looking for, she was kind of very poor. She's looking for work, right? And
a guy,
other girl, I don't know the actor's name.
Rachel Weisz.
Rachel Weisz's character recruits her because she's looking for work.
Yeah,
so she becomes a servant to the queen.
No, she becomes
to her.
No, not even a servant to her. At first, she's one of the maids of the house.
Yeah, you're right.
She cleans the floors. Yeah. She washes the dishes, type stuff.
Yeah.
And then
and she's treated very poorly.
Very, very she's given a bucket of lye, and then they don't even tell her, and then her skin just starts burning. It is. I love.
She sleeps in a room packed full of people.
Yeah, they call it the whorehouse.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. And she kind of, throughout the course of the film, she kind of builds her way up.
Yeah, up the
ranks.
totem pole. Mm-hmm. Yeah, It was her character is
so
very interesting. Yeah, she definitely grows. She goes from like this very simpleton, like polite attitude to this kind of the villain of the story.
Yeah,
at first
his perspective.
Yeah, they really did.
She goes from protagonist to antagonist.
At first, I thought it was gonna be Emma Stone's versus
Rachel, but it ends up being Rachel versus Emma Stone.
And you quickly realize
you think Rachel's gonna be the main villain.
Yeah,
but
she's definitely more deserving of the Queen's favoritism.
Yeah, because Emma Stone plays everybody.
She manipulates everything.
Yeah, and it's awesome
to control her.
Yeah,
and it's like
she even manipulates the Queen's opposition.
Yeah,
and it's all. I love that. Oh,
it's great.
So yeah.
Well, okay. So many funny parts as well.
Very, very funny.
Just like quirky and
very quirky comedy.
Subtle and
like they'll just say something at random, like it's very just very out there.
It's just very unique.
Yeah, very unique sense of comedy. Very unique sense of style. No, there are parts of the style that I don't agree with.
So, what parts of the style did you not?
I didn't like the fisheye lenses.
Fisheye lenses,
like,
yeah.
If you don't know what fisheye lenses are, it's a very, very wide angle lens, and it's bent around the glass. So when you film it around the edges of the screen, it like forms like a bowl, and like it's focused in the center, but it like comes across in like a Panavision type thing.
Yeah,
and if it was used more often, I don't think I would have such a problem with it. But it's used very sparingly.
Yeah, it's kind of inconsistent.
Yeah, compared to the rest of the
It didn't really bother me when it was happening.
But it kind of affected the lighting a little bit. It came across very soft when they used the fisheye. So...
Yeah.
It didn't take me out of it too much.
Yeah, it didn't take me out too much, but... Yeah, I just don't know...
if I enjoyed that part.
I don't know what he was going for.
Yeah, I don't know what he was trying with
that. Maybe more realistic in a way?
No,
I don't know.
I think it was more like I think he's trying to. I think it's a subtle something to try and maybe on a rewatch I'll catch it. But
yeah, I do want to rewatch this film.
I very much want to. I don't want to see Aquaman again ever.
Yeah,
I have no
not
desire
the type
to
of
rewatch
film
Aquaman.
Yeah, I would very much rather watch The Favorite. I can see why people wouldn't watch The Favorite. It's very
it's probably not a film for everyone.
Yeah, it's not. It's
I
different.
My dad will not.
Half of the people that I know.
They only watch.
It's not for the faint of heart.
Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. Like I would not recommend this to anybody.
It's not gory.
No, but it's
very vulgar.
Very.
Yeah.
And I mean, literally in the first opening scene, there's a guy that just touches himself at random in front of Emma Stone, and
it works.
It works.
It works.
Yeah,
no. Not reasonable behavior for the time.
I don't know.
It works.
Yeah, it is. It was just weird.
It's weird. I think the reason it was unique is like it feels. It's just weird seeing those situations happen in such a classical kind of
because like you think about
time.
Yeah, like being a lady with the queen didn't mean like power over the men, and in this one, like the women have power over the guys, and it's like manipulative power. It's funny power. I like the power that they have over them. It's like
when you think back to that time, you think everyone's very
like
polite and civil. Yeah, civilized,
and they're not.
Yeah, it's like
in
the
this movie
opposite.
at least. Yeah, like they shoot each other with
threaten
blanks.
each other.
Yeah, they threaten each other.
They frame each other for like
stealing from the crown.
Yeah, Emma Stone literally like smashes her face in with a book and pretends like
and pretends she got beat up. Yeah, and then like what's some of the other stuff? Like on her wedding day, like she's totally uninterested with her husband, Emma Stone's character.
She's just thinking of like what she can do next to move higher up the ranks.
Yeah, because like she's a lady now, so she's at the highest. Yeah. But now she's like looking for the crown, and I think that's what the ending really like. I guess we go into like interpretation.
Yeah, what did you guys think about the ending?
The ending is
definitely very interesting.
It starts. I definitely like because throughout the entire movie, I noticed like the queen is always shot at like a down angle. Like she's always being oppressed by the camera instead of like where Emma Stone is constantly shot from an up angle or a medium. Mm-hmm. And definitely in the last scene, it shows that the queen does actually have power over Emma Stone, and it kind of like gave Emma Stone like an inflated like self-worth to herself. But really, the queen had power over her, and she could ask her to do whatever she wants.
Yeah, that's what I kind of felt.
Do it. Yeah, I loved the ending because it's just like. Some people may think like it goes on too long. You know, they should have cut.
I thought the I keep forgetting her name. What is her name in the actual movie?
Who? Emma Stone's character?
No, the other girl.
Rachel Weisz? Yeah, look it up.
Whatever, Rachel Weisz's character. I was expecting her...
Yeah, Sarah.
Sarah. I was expecting Sarah to come back and take control over again, and then
but
like the movie
Emma Stone
over, but it doesn't do that.
Yeah.
And
she gets sent out of England and stuff, and it's all I love that.
I love the whole part where she gets dragged out by the horse and she ends up in some other like kingdom, and then she comes back with this giant scar.
Yeah, I where have you been? Hell, I'm sure you will pass through it one day.
Yeah, such great dialogue.
Yeah, the dialogue is really good.
The ending was definitely like
very artistic, very different, very out there.
I don't remember anything like that in the Lobster.
No,
that's why it just came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe what pushed it over the edge.
She kind of started realizing that even though she's this high up, she still has to listen to whatever the queen does.
Yeah,
and I think that's what Emma Stone ultimately wants, is complete control over
over everybody. Yeah.
And I think it's like the queen is also like coming to terms with what has happened. Maybe I kind of got a feeling of like acceptance. Maybe.
Yeah, she got manipulated and now she has to deal with her mistakes. She got rid of her.
Yeah, I think she kind of realizes like what she's kind of.
Yeah, she got rid of her friend from her childhood, Sarah. She banished her out of England for false facts that are fake news. Yeah, fake news that Emma Stone's character created. But like in the end, and I do like how like I don't know, it just like overlaps each other, and you see both of them, and it kind of shows like the queen is in control and Emma Stone is actually in despair. She has to do what the queen wants. She has to rub her disease-ridden legs and stuff, and like it's really cool. Like even though she's not a maid anymore, she still has to obey. And I love that control factor that the queen finally shows in the end. It's like, you don't control me, I control you. I've allowed you too much room, and it's time for me to show you your place. And then it goes over each other, and you see both of them, and then the rabbits start coming in. I don't know exactly what to think of the rabbits.
I feel like the rabbits had some kind of...
Yeah, the rabbits... She
said she had children?
Yeah, so she had children...
And they all died?
All of them, and then she named all of them...
And for each one that died, she got a rabbit.
Yeah, so I guess she's kind of equating... Because like there's more rabbits than the 17 that she had. And it goes over Emma Stone. I don't know... What are your guys' interpretation? I'm curious because
I don't know anything about the rabbits.
You just kind of
it was interesting, but
the queen like quickly realizes in the end like how manipulated she got. You can just see in her emotions.
Yeah.
And is stuck with this
monster. Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh, remember that part?
Yeah. Or at the beginning when they're like a monster for the children. Oh wait, the children. The rabbits are the children. Oh my god! Okay, so she's the monster.
Figured it out.
Yeah, she's the monster that
live on this.
She
podcast.
Played with the rabbits as well, with the queen.
Yeah, so remember, she got pushed out of the cart. Some guy like pushed her out for some reason.
No, she didn't. She was getting out, and then he grabbed her butt. It was really that was great.
She fell in the mud. Her face was covered in mud. She showed up on the first day of the job like covered in mud. Yeah, and then Sarah called her like a monster that the children could play with. Yeah,
it was. Oh wow, it comes full circle. She ends up being the monster that plays with the children. Oh wow.
Oh yeah, and she like steps. She like almost like
she tries to kill one of the rabbits.
Steps on the rabbit
just for fun. She got amusement.
Yeah, she just feels like she's in control. She wants power.
Yeah, and then but then right after that scene, the queen tries to escape. And then Emma Stone's like, I have control of you. I can help you. And then the queen says, do not touch me. You know? It's like she finally
and then doesn't she like lean on her head or something?
Yeah, she says, like, I need something to lean on. And then she grabs her head.
Yeah.
And uses
as she rubs her foot.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the whole rabbit dynamic.
But with her. Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude. That ending. Wow.
Yeah, that's what
that was great.
Yeah, that was really good. I don't know. What did you guys think of like the male characters in the movie?
They're pretty much portrayed as all like idiots.
Yeah, they're all idiots, and I kind of like that.
That doesn't really work a lot in movies, but this time it was for a reason.
Very much so.
Yeah,
it's to show how like men can be kind of just like manipulated by women,
kind of oblivious.
Yeah,
to what's going on.
Yeah. Which, I mean, really, men are pretty oblivious to women's dealings.
It's like the same thing happens in Ant-Man and the Wasp. except it's done much better here.
Yeah, like you definitely see like
Paul Rudd's character is completely sacrificed just to make
jokes.
The wasp
seem really cool.
But like for this
it just
one,
paints him as like completely useless.
Yeah,
for the entire
but
story.
for this one, it's just like the men are in charge of the politics, but they're just being manipulated by these people that have a hold on them.
Yeah,
and I love how Emma Stone like plays as a spy for both sides, but she doesn't help anybody. She just gives them the gossip. She just does it. Yeah, it's all for herself. Like even like getting married, she only got married so that she could be a lady.
Yeah,
and that's it. And then she even in front of her husband flirts with another dude that's younger than him, and that was oh gosh. And she's like totally drunk while doing it. Oh, I love that. That was great. I love that movie.
Yeah,
it's also great. Like very different in the fact of like I've never seen a 7-act movie before, and that even like some of the acts are shorter than the other, but like it felt like an anthology movie in it of itself, like contained. In like it, not like Ballad of Buster Scruggs like that, but it's just like it almost felt like you were reading a book written by somebody from Britain, like a Shakespeare type thing. It was like poetry. It was like good. Oh my god, I loved it.
It was great. I really want to watch it again.
Yeah. So
great music, great cinematography, great performances,
great costume design.
Great
set design, great costume design.
Costume design was definitely the best that I've seen from like that period since like Barry Lyndon.
Yeah, simple yet effective story.
Yeah, very. Oh wow. Yeah, I absolutely loved it. That was great. Any other thoughts before we like wrap this whole thing up?
No.
I'm excited to see what Yorgos has next because I mean I've been a fan of him since I saw Lobster.
Don't go see Aquaman. Just see. Please support this film.
Yeah, please support The Favorite. I mean, if you want to try something else, like just try it out.
Go see The Favorite. Go see Vox Lux. Go see Green Book. Anything but Aquaman.
Yeah, please don't. Please. Like get see if you support Aquaman, like of course we did.
We're telling people not to see it, but we supported it.
Like supporting it is just supporting where Hollywood's going now with their movies.
You're just kind of voting with your wallets.
Yeah, it's all shallow and just like there's nothing there.
Aquaman is a huge success apparently.
Yeah.
In China.
It
made $300 million already.
Yeah, it's just showing Hollywood that this stuff
just
works.
now came out.
Yeah. Like we shouldn't be supporting this because it's just showing like Warner Bros. People want to see more superhero movies like this instead of like going back to things like Dark Knight or Spider-Man.
How is The Favorite doing box office wise?
I think it's like made like $5 million. I don't know.
It's doing well for its budget, I think.
That's good. I think it had like a $2 million.
It's been expanding in theaters pretty rapidly recently.
Now I can't wait for If Beale Street Could Talk. How's it doing? Oh, $8 million?
So far it's made $8 million. What was the budget? Oh, not available apparently.
I think it was like $2 million. That's what I heard. At least.
No, it can't be that low.
It shouldn't be
15 million.
15. That's wow.
That's pretty good.
They're losing money.
Well, it just now came out.
It
just came out yesterday. As of
please go see.
As of yesterday, it's made $8 million so far. I think it'll do good.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Like Blind Spotting. It has some pretty good. It has some high note actors at least.
Yeah. Okay. So since we're wrapping this up, 2018 movies that you would recommend to people.
The Favorite.
Yeah.
Like favorite.
Let's go through 5. Yeah. So I guess we could like just here. Let's pick 2. Everybody pick 2. So
2 movies.
Bryce, what movies would you say from?
I would recommend Blind Spotting and The Favorites.
Okay. AJ, what would you say?
These aren't like my absolute favorites of the year, but I would recommend Roma and Vox Lux.
Okay. This is my favorite of the year is Blind Spotting, but Bryson already recommended that. So, these are like really the ones that I'm gonna recommend are pretty weird. AJ recommended one weird one, which is Vox Lux, but I'm gonna recommend one that's like both of them are kind of slow. One of them's almost 2 hours, and one of them's an hour and 30 minutes. But I gotta shout out my boy Jim Cummings with his feature film Thunder Road, which I really enjoyed. It's about a police officer just crippling with the loss of his mother and his daughter all within 1 week, and it's a very emotionally powerful film. And then I would recommend First Reformed, which is a story of a priest or a reverend in New York who witnesses the tragedy of a family getting torn apart by a suicide, and just religious responsibility with the dealings of politics in this world and stuff like that. It's a very deep movie. And if I could throw in one more, there's this movie on Netflix called Private Life, which is about a family struggling to have a child. And it's great. I highly recommend that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So. All right, I think that's it, boys.
I'd also recommend Venom.
I would recommend A Wrinkle in Time.
Wrinkle in Time, God's Not Dead, Unfriended Dark Web, Cloverfield Paradox,
Slenderman, Robin Hood.
Of course.
All great films.
All great, yes.
Love it.
All right, so
I'm currently ranking
all right.
the favorite order.
So, this has been the Cinephilia podcast.
Episode 1.
Thank you for tuning in. If you've listened all the way this far, yeah, probably not.
Should we tell them like a schedule?
Yeah, I think we'll do this hopefully every other week, right? Or if not every month,
once or twice a month.
Yeah, once or twice a month.
Right now we have very not good gear, but
yeah, we'll up our production together
and get better. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Maybe we should do it on Discord.
No.
Alright. Yeah, that's boring. Alright. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, no one's gonna watch this, but thank you for tuning in if you are. And alright, we'll see you next time. Signing out.
Follow us on Letterboxd.
Yeah, follow us on Letterboxd.
Yeah, everything's in the description.
Yeah. Alright. Thank you.
Right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
That was fucking awful.